Before I start, let me just drop this. For those of you that in your church or you belongs to some subgroup of the whole, that mostly in church, because it's mostly church that this happen, or in an event or occasion places that belongs to drummer, set, band, choir, or whatever that has to do with microphone. You should always think of your health first, and you should always be able to know that some people are eating the microphone, not that they are singing into the microphone. They will put the whole mic in their mouth, transmitting some undefined disease or what is uncalled for into this microphone. So you should be aware of that. By the way, that's just the least problem that I have now, but let me just drop that. Federal government is seeking for 1.75 billion US dollars to fund some major project in the country. Come on, let's tell ourselves the truth. Are they kind of trying to tell us that what they always come up to media to say is quite different from what is actually happening in the country, or what? What are they doing with this money? Because going by what Mr. President have said recently, he said from January to this August, he can proudly say that they have met more than expectations from non-oil sector taxes. They have generated money that they don't even need.
Today I'm standing before you, I can brag that Nigeria is not borrowing, it's dying from local bank. The revenue, we have met our target of revenue for the whole year. We met it in August. I've reviewed this morning. Non-oil. If non-oil revenue is going well, then we have no fear of whatever Trump is doing on the other side.
So if the government from January till now, month of August, they have met more than target. Anything from August to December, because the actual target was from January to December to achieve that target. But from January to August, they have met the target already. So anything from August to December, we should classify them as excess. Right? They are excess. Now, the same government who came up to media to proudly say that they don't need money, that they have more than enough to fund a project, the same government now on the Punch newspaper are going for another fresh loan of 1.75 billion US dollar. What are they doing with this money? These are money that taxpayers are paying every day, and they have nothing to show up to you as a taxpayer that this is what your tax money that we have been deducting. This is what we have been using the money for. And let me furthermore, they said in January 2026, this coming 2026 January, they are going to fully implement the new tax reform that has been signed into law, which you may not take it serious because it doesn't affect you, but I'm taking it serious because it affects me. Personally, it affects me because I know where it's paying me from. I cannot go and work under stress, under suffering, everything to make the little money just to survive in this country that has no job opportunity. Then yet you come in to deduct this money illegally, all in the names of taxes. What are you deducting the money for? Let's take for instance, in a country that is working, if they are deducting taxes, they deduct it based on to use the money to service back to the society. In your area today, if transformer got spoiled, you will rely on government. That's how you will remain without light in that area, except you people in that neighborhood will stand for it and contribute money to get new transformer. You go to hospital today, the hospital has nothing to rely on. The roads are bad. The electricity is not there. The service, emergency service, such as maybe your house engulfed in fire, you call on fire service, there's no way They are nowhere to be found. We talk about the police. If there's any distress call, you call on police, you won't see anybody. But in country where everything is working, when they deduct your money, they make sure that they put all these basic amenity. When you call 911, they respond. When you call a distress call based on security, they respond. There's road network, there's hospital that you go there and rely, and there's electricity 247. These are few among others that they use their tax money to achieve. But whenever you are trying to point out all these things, that in country that is working, these things are working, they will tell you that this is Africa. But they don't. Since this is Africa, they should also be able to know that this is Africa. We don't have to deduct people or tax people illegally or tax people unnecessarily in the country. They are good for taxing, but they are not good to provide services for them. Is this a kind of criminal act from the side of our government, or what are they trying to tell us? You will tax people unnecessarily. Okay, look at now, from January again, they said in every 1 liter of fuel purchased, there will be 5%. Let's say, for instance, if fuel is selling at the rate of 800 naira now, the fuel seller will add extra 40 naira. That is the tax, 5% of the 800 naira you are paying. Apart from the fuel subsidy that the government have removed clearly, they are still taxing the individual. That is from the first subsidy law. What about the electricity tariff that have been added without electricity anywhere in the country? But the tariff has been added. What are we going to talk about? The ones that when you open a shop here, inland revenue will come from nowhere, boom, they start harassing you from one point to the other. But yet nobody is saying anything about all these things. People keep deducting your money illegally. You suffer for this money, you earn this money under sweat. Somebody will from nowhere come and be deducting this money. Do you know what it means to be deducting averagely 20% from your income? If you are earning at least 50,000 naira and above, you are taxable according to this new tax reform. Because in their calculation, any account that can receive and up to 800,000 naira annually, that account is taxable. Because when you divide that 800,000 naira by 12, it's going to give you either more than 50,000 or 50,000 and above. So, who are we deceiving? Who are we deceiving? They will tax you both left and right. They keep taxing you. They tax you from inland revenue. They tax you from electricity tariff. Education, they have removed subsidy on it. Fuel, they have removed subsidy on it. And these are same masses. You are squeezing everybody. You keep squeezing me, squeezing me, squeezing. You want to squeeze me till you make everything that is liquid from my body out before you know that you are a government that is serving me as a common man in this country or what? Let's be fair to ourselves and let's be sincere to ourselves. We have seen other countries that, look at Kenya here, when they increase their taxes by 3.5%, the whole country was almost burning down. They had to reverse that. But in Nigeria, when they discover that nobody is saying anything, they will shout and forget about it. Everything will just die down naturally and life goes on. You keep increasing this. By the time we get to the point, and let me tell you something that you don't know. If you think fuel is remaining at 800 naira that you are purchasing or 900 naira today, you are just deceiving yourself, because fuel will definitely even get to 2,000 naira per liter. Because if the government can come out to tell you that they have not even removed the subsidy completely, okay, now that you are talking of borrowing 1.75 billion US dollars, what happens to the money that you said from the non-oil sector you generated more than enough from month of January to August? The money have been enough. Why are you going to borrow another money again? Yes, why are you going to borrow another money again as a president? So we should stop this. We should stop this. They should not push us to the wall. They should not just push us to the wall, because pushing us to the wall, when you push even a goat, that my people say a goat doesn't bite, but when you over push the goat will bite. Come on. they go to bite. This is Nigeria, where everybody, almost about 85% of the populations are living from hand to mouth condition. And you are making everybody, these common people, you are milking, trying to milk, even empty everybody to chaff before we will know that you are ruling. How much is the money that one is receiving that you are going to make 20% out of the money? How much is house rent? How much is cost of feeding? I don't see reason why these things should continue in this country like this.
What is the tax rate? The new tax rate is between 15 to 25%. The first video I post on this tax, I talk say everybody starting January 1st go they pay on the average 20% from their income as taxes. Some of these Asiwaju boys go they abuse me, they go they throw Tunde Edno. Tunde Edno posted this video. But look at it. 15 plus 25 is 40. If you divide 40 by 2, which is the average, it will give you 20. It means the average man in Nigeria will they pay around 20% in taxes. It's that simple. But them, I be like say that they stay for alternate reality, so they really get to the thing down where me and you no go fit understand. What is the eligibility to pay this tax? Anyone who earns income greater than 800,000 naira a year, which is equivalent to 67,000 naira a month, or about 2,300 naira a day. If you dey this category, once your money don't pass this level, you must pay tax according to law. Which tools they go use to assess the tax? Before, since now mostly formal people they collect taxes from, those where they work for the formal sector, where they work for bank, where they work for school, where they work for hospital, where they work for somewhere where government will verify. The tools where they use to assess them before, now the company go assess them, then tell government say see this person tax. So now the tools that they go use for assessment, now your BVN, your NIN, your tax identification number, your bank account. So now there's no place to hide. This one I be the tool where they use to expand the tax net. Before, not so many people know they pay. Now they don't expand the tax net by not relying on your workplace. They can use these tools now to assess you to know if you qualify to pay taxes or not. What is the implication for the common man? Common man in this context, I mean those who work in the non-formal sector. Barber, electrician, hairdresser, Okada man, keke driver, POS operator, pure water seller, bricklayer, name it. What is the implication? You have suddenly moved from no tax to tax. Before, you know they pay. That is the truth, you know they pay. Let me really look at my keke man, for example. Now they go waka come meet and pay tax. The only thing we go to pay now, all those they are union dues for park or local government will come say, come give us money, all those things. Now it is formalized. You go pay tax to the government of the country. So you have moved from no tax to tax. Now, because many people don't understand this thing, they are going to have criminal liabilities, which comes from tax evasion. Now, this one, Asiwaju boys, they teach people online. If you no want pay tax, just go set up company, put all your money for the company, pay your salary. This is tax evasion. People do it, but it is a criminal act. It's called tax evasion. The third implication for the common man, you have little to no benefit from government, yet they want to tax you. For my area now, transformer spoil. They don't approach all of us, say, they could not contribute to buy the transformer. We don't contribute, we are going to buy a new transformer. Government, they don't intervene. Nobody is intervening. Local government no intervene. State government no intervene. Nobody is intervening. The road for area bad. For Benin now, most of the roads are bad. You are going to also now tax people, having not gotten any benefit from government, and yet they are going to be taxed. First thing is, you are now going to be taxing proceeds of crime and immorality. As a man, Yahoo boy, hookup girl, now here all of them for enter. Because as a hookup girl, you go need to go explain to government through your bank account by next year how 6 million they enter your account, and you say you know they work. And now you will take on explain to government, say, this money will enter my account. I run cost. What is your cost? Nobody, you know how you want to explain to government, say you they buy lubricant from inside this money will enter your account. That one is now up to you. Now you go explain to government, say this income no be tax. In fact, this new tax law, it is easier for the government to convince you that you are taxable than for you to convince the government that you are not taxable. So you will be as a man, 600 million I don't pass through your account. They come meet you, not get factory, not get anything. You go explain to government why you no go pay tax on that 600 million. We do not support crime, we do not encourage immorality. But anybody who is pretending that Yahoo boys know they our society is living in a fool's paradise. Anybody who is pretending that we don't have, for economic reasons, I don't blame anybody, I don't judge anybody. For economic reasons, I'm not doing it because the person is living in a fool's paradise. Now, do I support the new tax law? Capital, no. Why? Government State, federal, and local must first show workings with what they have. And what do they have presently? They have fuel subsidy. They newly removed fuel subsidy. What you don't use and do. As we speak now, they are already collecting tax. What you don't use and the one that they collect now. Even the president come out and come boast recently say they are making more money than they need. Thirdly, there is oil money. We are the poorest oil producing country in the world. We are the only oil producing country that has the poorest people in the world. 130 million Nigerians are multidimensionally poor. Natural minerals like gold, iron ore, limestone, people are mining them in the north, taking the money away in billions. The government should first of all close that loophole before they can now come and tax the common man.
I can conclude this by saying peace. The only thing I have to say is that God will help us in this country. Because in conclusion of this, it can't be peace. It's only God that will help us.